So you may think that a discussion on succession might go something like this. Start early, 5, 10, 15 years in advance. Pick a rookie, train that rookie, groom that rookie, bring that rookie along. Care for that rookie for the next 5, 10, 15 years. Is this sounding familiar? And I really like this one. Make a detailed written plan. You've heard that one again and again, I bet. That's something like less than 10% or 15% or some low number of advisors has a written succession plan. Well, at Advisor Hunt, we do not recommend that you start early, 5, 10, 15 years in advance. We do not recommend that you pick a rookie, train that rookie, groom that rookie, you know the thing. But we do recommend that you make a written plan, and we've written it for you. It fits on a postcard, and you can get your copy here, or maybe the link is below in the comments. We've saved you all of that pain by writing the detailed written plan for you. And so why don't we recommend picking a rookie, grooming that rookie for 5, 10, 15 years? Because most people don't make it as advisors. The success rate is low. You'll remember when you started. I bet you lots of others started too. And how many are still in the business? How many made it? Few. The answer is few. It's less than 10%. The success rate for independent financial advisors is less than 10%. That's not very good odds you're working on. Would you recommend to your clients something that has a 10% chance of working out? No, but it gets worse than that. How many of that 10% is bankable? How many of that 10% can step up to the plate and buy your practice? Unless you want to take a haircut, or maybe you want to be the bank for the next 10 or 15 years. It's about half of that 10%. It's less, but let's go with half. Now we're at a 5% probability, a single-digit probability that your succession plan that you've been working on for 5, 10, 15 years, you've got a single-digit probability of that working out. A couple of years ago, I was at a conference when an advisor pulled me aside. His name was Stanley. He was about to turn 70. And he told me that he had been ready to retire for 3 years, but he couldn't retire. Not because the business wasn't successful, it was. The problem was his succession plan. More than 10 years earlier, when Stanley was in his late 50s, he hired a young associate. The conversation was explicit. This is succession. That was the intent. The assumption was that time and proximity, 5, 10, 15 years of training, grooming, would naturally turn this person into a future owner. Fast forward more than a decade, clients loved the associate. He was competent, dependable. He was a good guy. But he never stepped up. He never grew into the leader that a person needs to be a successful, independent financial advisor. And by 70, Stanley faced a very uncomfortable truth. This was not going to change. So the associate stayed an employee, and Stanley stayed trapped. When I go to a conference and I tell this story, I get a lot of advisors nodding and saying, yeah, that's my situation too. Because Stanley's story isn't unique. It is the most common internal succession pattern that we see.